Hi, I'm Victor Cohen. This is the MCAT for Victory Anki course, and today we're going to talk about the benefits of using the MCAT for Victory Anki deck. First of all, the MCAT for Victory Anki deck was specifically made for you to study along with the MCAT for Victory videos. The tags follow the course perfectly and include only the most important concepts. Out of all of the available MCAT Anki decks, the MCAT for Victory Anki deck is the most intuitive. It is easy to download the most updated version and immediately start using it. Unlike some other decks, you will not have to spend hours using the Anki browser to find which cards to suspend. Instead, the daily routines are easy to follow by using the well-crafted tags. This is a comprehensive deck that includes everything you need to know for the MCAT. This means you will not have to go around looking for additional decks to fill in the gaps. Some cards will be there to lay the foundational knowledge, while others will help build on that knowledge. That way, the cards will be able to give you the right balance of breadth and depth. All the flashcards follow the minimum information principle. Each flashcard tests only a single fact, and the descriptions are all short and simple. This will make studying much faster, easier, and much more enjoyable. All the flashcards are fill-in-the-blank style, meaning they're all closed deletions. This format has many benefits over the traditional front and back style of flashcards. First, the flashcards are written in sentences that are easy to follow. The sentence itself gives the context cues that will help trigger your memory to recall the fact. Reading through closed deletions feels more natural than reading classic flashcards, and you can go through a larger quantity of flashcards faster. This means closed deletions are more enjoyable and efficient. The same images found throughout the MCAT for Victory videos and textbooks are found in the flashcards. By seeing these illustrations in different contexts, you will also have repetition built into your studying. The images will help trigger your memories from the videos, which will help solidify the information in your brain. This is especially useful for visual learners. The MCAT for Victory Anki deck also has many mnemonics that help chunk the information together to make it easier to memorize. We also ask for information forwards and backwards. In other words, there will be multiple closed deletions in every note. This is because it is always best to assume that the only information that will be memorized are the closed deletions themselves. Any information that is not actively recalled may be forgotten. For example, the flashcard, more basic molecules have a lower Ka, requires 2 closed deletions. You must memorize that basic molecules have a lower Ka, and that a lower Ka means the molecule is more basic. You must learn that information forwards and backwards. The MCAT for Victory deck also pairs similar concepts together by presenting the information similarly with specific important differentiating words. Using the previous example, the MCAT for Victory deck also has a card that says more acidic molecules have a higher Ka. It is important to include this redundancy to differentiate different concepts that are similar. Now, let's look at 2 alternative Anki decks. Before MCAT for Victory came along, the most popular Anki decks were from Reddit users Jack Sparrow 2048 and Miledown. Let's first start by analyzing the Jack Sparrow deck. This deck was originally not intended to be used by anyone except for the creator. The Reddit user stated that he never was going to release his deck to the public. So, the cards are full of grammatical errors and abbreviations that only he can understand. Using this deck would mean you will have to spend a good amount of your time editing the cards. While the deck is not tagged well, the cards are well organized into subdecks by Kaplan chapter. This means it is easy to learn and understand before attempting to memorize the cards. The deck is also very comprehensive, but so much so that it goes into a lot of low-yield details that are very unlikely to be tested. Not only is this the largest deck available with over 6,300 cards, but every card also includes a ton of information. Instead of having quick and effective closed deletions, the flashcards are built on the classic front and back style. While this may sound appealing to some, it also means that you will not have much time to do any form of studying except for Anki. You will have a ton of reviews to do every single day, and every card will take you a long time to get through. One of the biggest issues with the Jack Sparrow flashcards is that they do not follow the minimum information principle. Instead of presenting a single fact per flashcard, there are multiple factoids you must get right in order to select good. This means you will end up selecting wrong very often, and your ease factor for the cards will drop significantly. So, not only will the cards take a very long time to get through, but you will have to see the cards far more often. While some cards have images, most of them do not, meaning visual learners may struggle to memorize the concepts. Fortunately, this deck includes some mnemonics to help chunk information. Overall, I do not recommend the Jack Sparrow Anki deck for most people. Now, let's move on to the Miledown Anki deck. Unlike the Jack Sparrow deck, this Anki deck was specifically made for others to use. Just like the MCAT for Victory deck and the Jack Sparrow deck, the Miledown deck is comprehensive, although the deck only has 2,900 flashcards. The cards are properly divided into different decks, and there is some tagging that can be useful to find specific cards to study. However, the cards are not tagged by video nor chapter, meaning you will have to learn the material, then go searching through the cards to find out which ones to suspend. This is an inefficient system that will slow down your ability to quickly move through the deck. Most of the Miledown cards are very well written by following the minimum information principle. The cards generally ask for a single fact and are not overly verbose. The cards are also exclusively closed deletions, meaning you will be able to work through the cards at a faster, more efficient, and enjoyable pace. Every single card has an associated image in the extra section, which is great for visual learners. While there is a Khan Academy video link under the flashcards, it is best to first learn the information before reviewing the cards. It would have therefore been better to have tagged the cards by video instead. Also, the flashcards often lack consistency, meaning you may be memorizing the cards themselves instead of the information. For example, one flashcard asks, "Give the Arrhenius equation." Notice the italicized words and that the word equation is the last word. Another flashcard asks, "Give the equation for energy of a photon." In this flashcard, the terms are underlined and the word equation is written in the middle. Another example has the term bolded, "Give the equation for the ideal gas law." And other examples use the term formula instead of equation, as seen here. "Give the formula for the dilution of a solution." Now let's compare this to similar MCAT for Victory flashcards. Each card has a similar presentation where the term equation is bolded followed by a colon and the term with consistent capitalized letters. While this may sound nitpicky, it is very important to keep consistent wording to ensure you are memorizing the right thing. A potential issue with Anki is that the user may memorize the card itself instead of understanding the information presented. After doing a flashcard a few times, you may begin to associate the underlined word with one equation, the bolded word with another equation, and the word formula with yet another equation. Instead, you want to memorize the term and the relevant equation. The MCAT for Victory deck was built to make sure you memorize the right thing. Equations are just one example. This lack of consistency can be found throughout the Miledown deck. Due to the lack of consistency, you may have difficulty differentiating similar concepts. The grand majority of flashcards in the Miledown deck have only one closed deletion, meaning the information is not asked forwards and backwards. This means you will likely only be able to recall the information when presented in a specific manner. Still, the Miledown Anki deck is satisfactory. It is well written and can be effective for some of you studying for the MCAT. Overall, the MCAT for Victory Anki deck is the best available. The deck is comprehensive and easy to use due to the intuitive tagging. All the flashcards are closed deletions that follow the minimum information principle and include images and mnemonics to help you maximize your memorization. The information is presented forwards and backwards, and the cards are designed to make you better at differentiating similar concepts. And that's where I'm going to end this episode. In this video, we covered the benefits of the MCAT for Victory Anki deck. Next episode, we will go over what your daily study routine should look like.